Togo is a coastal country of 5.2 million people. It is a 54,390 square kilometer strip of land with Ghana to the west and Benin to the east. With the independence from France in 1960, Togo's current president, Gnassingbé Eyandema, assumed power in a bloodless coup d'etat in 1967 and has ruled uninterrupted ever since. The lack of fair election in Togo has led to an almost complete withdrawal of development assistance from the U.S. and European Union, unable to finance even basic services that humans need like health and education. With the lack of resources and money to help provide for its people, poverty has sprung up all around the country, many families sending their own children away to help provide for them. What these families don't know is in many cases they have been tricked. With promises of education, professional training, and paid employment, families send their young children away to help provide for them or have a better life, but these children often fall victim to human trafficking. Human trafficking is the recruitment, transportation, transfer, and harboring of a child for the purpose of sexual or labor exploitation, forced labor, or slavery. The fact that thousands of children in West Africa and over 1 million children worldwide have fallen victim to human trafficking is a human rights tragedy. The physical and mental abuse inflicted on these children is barbaric, and even if they escape or are released, often cannot find their way back into society. Togo is one of the leading distributors of child trafficking in Africa, involving at least 13 West African countries. Togo has 4 major routes of child trafficking into, out of, or within Togo. The first route is the trafficking of Togolese girls into domestic and market labor in Gabon, Benin, Nigeria, and Niger. The second route is the trafficking of girls from within Togo to other parts of the country, especially the capital Lome. The third route of trafficking is of girls from Benin, Nigeria, and Ghana to the capital Lome. And the fourth is the trafficking of boys into labor exploitation, usually agricultural work, in Nigeria, Benin, and Cote d'Ivoire. A major factor of how trafficking came to be is from poverty and lack of opportunity. It typically begins with a private arrangement between the trafficker and the family member. This meeting is often driven by economical problems and the trafficker looking for a profit or cheap labor. Since the small sub-Saharan economy is heavily dependent on both commercial and subsistence farming, traffickers see children as a cheap, easy way to produce basic cash crops to ultimately get them a lot more money than they bought the children for. Another leading cause is believed to be HIV/AIDS. Many children have lost family members to this disease. It is rapidly growing to be the major cause of orphanhood in sub-Saharan Africa. Many of these children interviewed were trafficked following the death of at least one parent, usually from HIV/AIDS. Others had parents who were divorced or at least one parent living and working away from home. Traffickers see this as an easy way to ruse the parents into sending away their children for their own benefits. As human beings, we are all given human rights that should never be broken or taken away from us. Article 4 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights says no one shall be held in slavery or servitude. Slavery and the slave trade shall be prohibited in all forms. Although the children are often given away by parents with consent, they are not given opportunities and promises that the traffickers had agreed to. The children are provided with no further education and are often not paid or paid very little for the work they have done. An interviewed child who was forced into trafficking said that when he returned home from his work, the trafficker told his parents that the reason he had no money was because he had been lazy and didn't work hard his time there. This child was forced to work under terrible conditions and was given no benefits towards him or his family. This is a direct violation of the 4th Article of Human Rights. The child did not agree to this work and did not agree to the mistreat and lies inflicted on him. Another human right broken by human trafficking is Article 13. Everyone has the right to leave any country, including his own, and return to his country. The violation of this human right has a positive and negative effect regarding human trafficking. The negative side is that people just trying to leave for non-illegal reasons are not allowed to because law enforcement doesn't want to risk more trafficked children to leave the country. The positive side is border patrols have a higher restriction for people to leave, so it would be harder for trafficked children to leave the country. Like the violation of Article 13, globalization has a positive and negative effect. The positive is that many are now aware of the problem in Togo, and law enforcement have a high restriction on letting children or adults with children leave the country. This is helping the country move towards a complete end of child trafficking and to bring children home. The negative side is that with easier ways of transportation and communications, traffickers in Togo have an easier way to deport children to other countries and have children deported into Togo for the child labor and or sexual predators. The biggest effect human trafficking has is not on Togo, but the children. Some may never find closure, but with law enforcement keeping a better eye on who leaves or enters the country, Togo is one step closer to ending human trafficking for good.